Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing with you guys 7 tips to grow your hair long and healthy like I have. I feel like I have a lot of different tips and tricks that you don't really hear too often, so I definitely want to share those with all of you. If you guys enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to see all that I have coming for you guys. And say hey to Lexi. Don't mind her, she's always my little shotgun rider. So I have a lot of different tips and tricks that I've accumulated over the years, and I feel like these are tips and tricks that you really don't hear too often. So I'm really excited to share all of those with you guys. But with further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so number 1. Definitely do not wash your hair every day. So when you wash your hair every day, you're actually stripping your hair of its natural oils and essentially drying your hair out. So it's producing not only more oil because it thinks it needs it, so it's going to make your hair oily and you're going to have to, keep up that repetitive cycle of washing it every day, but also you're stripping it of its natural oils. So what you want those natural oils to do is eventually reach the very ends of your hair to prevent any further breakage or any splitting of the ends. So you really do want those the natural oils in your hair to stay put. You do not want more oil to be produced due to it being drier than it is, but you definitely do not want to wash your hair just for those reasons. One little tip I have to try to make those washes go a little bit further is definitely wash your hair twice. So the first time you wash your hair, you're really just stripping any of the gunk or buildup that you have, and the second time you go in, it's actually going to wash the scalp. And that's what you want. So definitely wash your hair twice, and it should make your washes last a little longer. Number 2, do not apply products above your ears. The only products you should be applying above your ears is dry shampoo. 2 of my favorites is the Batiste dry shampoo for dark tones. I also really do love the Drybar Detox dry shampoo. It does have a white cast to it, but you can just easily tousle your hair around and it will definitely kind of disperse and you won't even notice it. Number 3. Be sure you are using a detangler as well as a soft bristled brush to comb out your hair. When you step outside of the shower and you start brushing out your hair, you always want to start with the very ends of your hair and work your way up. So what this is going to do is it's going to not only prevent breakage, it's also going to prevent you from essentially pulling out your hair because it doesn't have so much strain when you start at the bottom and work your way up. One of my favorite soft bristle brushes is the wet brush. I've been using this for many years, and at this point, it honestly, I couldn't imagine not using it every day. This has become the only brush that I use wet or dry hair. The wet brush actually has longer bristles that allow a little more flexibility and movement. This allows it to move with your hair as you brush it out instead of causing more breakage. As far as detanglers are concerned, I really do love the Verb leave-in conditioner as well as the Aveda Brilliant line. It's called Damage Control, I believe. Those are 2 of my absolute favorites, and they are more on the affordable side. I also do really love the Rusk Anti-Frizz leave-in conditioner as well. A leave-in conditioner is actually a great product to have. It really just adds a little bit more moisture to your hair and really smooths out any frizz that you may have. Number 4, use a heat protectant that not only will prevent any damage from heat styling, but will also prevent damage from the sun. A lot of people don't actually think about the damage that can be caused from your sun, but we're out and about every single day in the sun, in this weather, and it actually is causing a little more damage than we all would think. So it's a great idea to find a heat protectant that not only prevents damage from your styling tools, but also the UV rays. One heat protectant that I've used since I was practically a little girl is by the brand Chi, and it's called the 44 Iron Guard. It comes in a little red bottle with a gray cap, and this is like the best smelling stuff, I swear. I've been using it honestly since I was a little girl, and it's something about the smell just takes me back. I usually spray this below my ears into the very ends of my hair just to prevent any damage to be done further to the ends, because I find that my damage is mostly on the very tips of my hair, so where there's split ends or any breakage, just because I do like to straighten my ends quite often. So this is something I've used for years. It's just never done me wrong, so I do like to keep it in my collection, of course. One higher end brand that I do enjoy their heat protectant products is Bumble & Bumble. I love the blow dry serum. I think I've used it every day for the last year straight. I also really do love their detangler spray that comes in that little white spray bottle that's a part of their hairdresser invisible oil line. I think that stuff is absolutely amazing, and it says on the label that it is UV protection as well, and that is something to look for in your products. Number 5. Use as minimal heat styling on your hair as possible, and when you are using those heat styling tools, make sure it's on the lowest setting. I know it's easy to think the higher the heat setting, the better it'll work on my hair. However, that is not the case, and what it's doing is essentially frying each strand. Number 6, go dark with your color. Avoid bleach as much as you can. Bleaching your hair is going to do the same thing to your hair as a heat styling tool would. It's going to fry your hair. Nobody wants that. When you go to the salon and get your hair color done, try and do a little bit of a darker color. Try not to, if you have to do blonde, try to not do it as often. And try to go 6 months to a year to even a year and a half without coloring your hair. I'm sure all of you have really beautiful natural hair color, and this will really just allow your hair to be at its healthiest state and just maintain that growth. And finally, number 7, get frequent trims. You should most commonly be getting a trim every 6 to 8 weeks. You can sometimes push it out a little further, just really depends on how much styling you're doing and heat is being done to your hair, as well as how your ends look. I always had the issue where I would go into my hairstylist and I would say I would like an inch taken off. Well, they would always take off a little more than an inch, and so I had to start over from scratch. So all that healthy growth that I did just completely went to waste. So what I started doing is I asked my stylist to just dust the ends, and what that told her was to just gently take off a couple of split ends on the very tips of my hair, and it honestly just refreshed my hair enough to where it could continue that healthy growth. Okay, you guys, that is it for this video. That is how I grew my hair as long and healthy as I did in the short amount of time that I did. I had shoulder length hair and I grew it below my chest within about 2 years. I hope you guys will try out some of these tips and tricks for yourself, and let me know down in the comments below maybe what you thought, if you love them as much as I do, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.